we were there last year. We were one game away last year. So I feel like if we just continue to do the work, and I feel like if we focus in this year and really lock in and really do what we need to do, I feel like we can win all 15 games. You know, we were virtually there last year. We were one game away. And so, you know, one play away. So going through workouts, that's been the mindset. Like, look, we were one game away, so you got to have that edge. And so that's what's been the mindset this whole offseason is getting back there first, and then taking care of business once we get there.
Kenneth, you seem really comfortable here in this setting, in front of all these cameras and stuff. Is that natural for you?
I mean, yeah, it's natural, but I'm also a communications major, so
yeah.
I mean, I do this speaking stuff quite often.
You need a job?
Yeah, I kind of do. No, I don't need a job. But yeah, I do communications all the time. But I mean, speaking in front of people is something that I'm not afraid of.
Was that tough to do as a freshman, though?
What?
Speak.
Well, at first, if you're talking about like from a media standpoint, no, not at all. But like as from the team standpoint, going into it, like my first few games, it was kind of just getting my feet wet because see, I had to realize that, you know, my job it's not just to play football no more. And that's what I think a lot of people don't realize is that, okay, like my job is not like a receiver's job. Like a receiver, you get a route and then you have to run that route. My job is like I'm in the middle. I have to recognize the formation, the backfield set, and then off of that I have to make an analysis and I have to make a check. And it's all like it's a whole bunch of components that go into that are happening within 10 to 15 seconds before the play starts. And so I had to realize that, you know, at the beginning of the season, like I can't get too antsy, I can't get too hyped up because guys are depending on me to make that check. Coach Mike is depending on me to get that call and get that check made so we can make sure we're in the right defense, make sure the front is closed the right way so we have the D lineman in the right place, in the right gap. So I feel like at the beginning of the season, I kind of was like, you know, getting my feet wet, kind of wasn't used to it. But once I realized that, okay, I don't have to be too antsy, especially like doing warm-up stuff like that. Like I don't have to be too rah-rah, I can be calm. I can do what I need to do leadership-wise, and then go in there and get my job done, and then also be a great leader. Once I figured that out, and once I, you know, did what I need to do on the field, now it was cool.
Talking about being a play away a minute ago, how do you keep from getting hung up on what happened at the end of last year and then making it into motivation? Or, you know, there's kind of a line there about.
Definitely, something Coach Riley preaches to me all the time is that it's a new year. And so that's something that I truly believe in, but at the same time, I'm not going to forget the past. Like you said, we were one play away, so that's something that has been preached to us so that we can use it as motivation. It's not something that we're going to hang our hats on. It's not something that, oh, we were one play away, so now we're good enough. No. At Oklahoma, we're supposed to win championships. At Oklahoma, we're supposed to play in the national championship game. And so that's the standard that has been built throughout the years of playing ball at Oklahoma. So that's what we have to get back to. So that's why we are motivated, that we're one play away. So, now we have to, go even harder so that we can get to that 15th game and take care of business.
What's the summer like with Ben?
Man, it's been fun. It's nothing like having a strength coach like that because he trains with you. So he knows exactly what we're going through. He knows exactly how our body's feeling. So, it's different when you're telling the kid to squat 500 pounds, then, oh, I'm going to squat 500 pounds with the kid. And then we're going to go out there and run 21-10s. Like, it's completely different. Like, he knows exactly what we're going through, and he's bringing the energy. He's making sure that we're right. That's strength coach. I was real close to Smitty, but I'm super close to Benny because he's just a cool dude to be around. He's gonna always make sure you're right, and if anything goes down, you always know you can talk to him. So,
does he ever do anything that you're like surprised that he just pulled that off, or lifts a number that you didn't think he could?
No, not at all. Because if you ever seen him in person, bro, like he look like he can lift the world. So if he's benching 405 over there real easy, like I'm like, that's just Coach Benny. Like that's what he does. So I mean, that's how it is.
You may have been asked this already, but Coach Riley was talking about how even though you're a sophomore, you're the heart of the defense in there. What is your reaction to hearing the head coach say that you're that kind of a leader already on the defense, being the heart of the defense?
I mean, it's a blessing it's a position that I knew that would come with the position that I played. And so that's just how I take it. I take it as a blessing. I take it as a humbling, humble aspect. I'm not going to take it and blow up and be cocky about it because that's just not the guy that I am. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna put my head down. I'm gonna go to work, and that doesn't mean nothing if our defense is not stellar. And that's just how I feel. If our defense is not stellar, I'm taking it that personal on myself that it's my fault. And so that's just how I feel. So that's just why I'm working. That's why I feel the way I feel right now. That's why I'm so motivated to get the defense to where it needs to be. So, it's good. It's humbling, but it doesn't mean nothing if we're not clicking on all cylinders.
Coach Riley just talked about over there about the linebackers and guys that have stepped up. You and Caleb are obviously established, but he said something about Mark Jackson being a guy that stepped up, Levi Draper.
Right.
And Ryan Jones being guys that are, guys that could create depth and a lot of other stuff. What's your take on that? What's your take as far as the depth goes at the linebacker spot?
Yeah, I definitely think we're really deep right now. As far as talking about Ryan Jones and Mark Jackson, those are two guys that Ryan Jones is a dude that is special. He can come off the edge and he can cover. And so, and you don't find too many guys that can do that at that size. Mark Jackson is a guy that can get on the edge and he can get after it. And then when you get to talking about Levi, that's my roommate. So Levi, he's a dude that dude's a tackle machine. He hurt his shoulder last year, and then he comes back this year. Spring game has at least a team in tackles. So he's a guy that's he's starting to get it slowly but surely. He's getting it. He's in there in the film room with us. We in there, we learning and stuff like that. So I have no doubt that those guys are going to add good depth. And if we need to call upon those guys, they're going to go in there and produce. And I feel like sooner or later Levi's going to take off. So
how vocal is Buki?
Buki's a real vocal dude. He's vocal, but then he's not vocal.
Is he as vocal as you?
No. In the aspect of he understands that he's just a freshman and that he doesn't need to come in and be like the rah all type of dude. He understands that that he doesn't need to be screaming and yelling all the time and stuff like that, which is good. Like he's being himself, but at the same time, guys they rally around him and stuff around like that, and he's been phenomenal from what I've seen. On the spring period, he balled. Every time he gets out there on the field, he's real smart. We communicate real well. So I've had a joy playing with him so far. And so I just look forward to the season, us getting out there for real and really getting out there and really getting to it. So, it's been real good, and I really like the kid to me.
Does he rival Justin Broyles in smack talk?
No. I would say something else with an H, but I'm not going to say that. But no. No, Justin Broyles is by far number one. Number one.
How's he looking moving into safety this year?
Justin Broyles?
Yeah.
Hungry. Real hungry. I like the attitude that he's having. He's kind of a guy like me. He's a real scheme heavy dude. He loves watching tape. He's watched a lot of tape. He's real good at recognizing splits, recognizing routes, and so and he's real good at communicating. And so I feel like those are things that you're going to need to be a great safety, especially in the Big 12 where they pass as much as they pass. So recognizing splits and doing stuff like that will put you in position to be successful. So I think he's having a good offseason. He's taking the next step. Now he needs to go into camp. And it's time to go into camp and go get a job.